Right, these two induction heater videos, they're a bit old, they're a bit naff. You know, I make better videos these days, but just bear that in mind and have a look. Interesting. So that was the first one then. 1 kilowatt induction heater. It's got protection circuits, under voltage, over voltage lockout, which you need. It works primarily from 24 volts, and I designed it originally. I was going to make them and sell them to garages and fitters, especially out in the field fitters that, you know, work on machinery and stuff like that, and they're nearly always 24 volts. So that's what that first one was about. Now this second one is a bit different. It's an integrated system, and have a look at the video and you'll see exactly what I mean. It is very different, and when I designed this and built it, it was unique and one of a kind. Whether anyone else has done it since, I don't know. Makes no difference to me if they have, but have a little look. Well, that was a bit different, wasn't it? Like I say, one of a kind when I designed it 18 months back or something like that now. Totally unique in the way that you know, I took a regular piece of equipment, garage equipment, that some of the larger garages use, either well for automobiles or trucks, lorries, trucks, you know, a big old boost pack charger, and you know, starter system. You know, for when you've got a flat battery, they deliver something like 750 amps or something like that, or is it thousands of amps? I don't know. Can't really remember now, but what the figures were. But it was a lot. It was a lot of cranking power. So quite unique, I thought. But I'm dragging it out. I'll be using it. It sat in a cupboard for ages. Now I'm dragging it back out. Now, that charger booster thing that you saw, I bought that on eBay. It came from Germany. It was reasonable quality. That's why I bought it from Germany. When you take the casing off of one of those, what you're faced with is a huge transformer which can deliver a lot of current, and it's the old you know, laminated style transformer, not a toroidal or anything like that. And the only other thing in that box is a rectifier, an aluminium rectifier, as you'd get with most older style battery chargers, for instance, and that's it. And the rest of it is just air, just space, you know, all this space. But if you were to see that now, and what I'll do one of the days is I'll take the lid off and I'll show you what's in there now, what I designed and what I built and put in there, because one of the first problems to overcome was the fact that that transformer was kicking out 64 volts AC, and it was rectified but not smoothed through the rectifier, obviously. So the first problem to overcome was my induction panels, let's call them panels, circuit boards, needed 24 volts DC smoothed. So that the big challenge was to get from that 64 volts down to 24, and what a challenge that was. When I show you inside of that box one of the days, you'll see what I mean, because to get from 64 volts, now to smooth that voltage was no problem. A huge pair of capacitors did the job, so we've now got DC. But what you needed, or what I needed at the time, was something, a circuit which was capable of supplying, of first dropping that high voltage down to 24 volts. Now 64 volts is quite a challenge to do that. I defy you to try it at home, because the other thing I needed was, from this circuit, that it would work at 50 amps, because that 2 kilowatt induction system could quite easily draw anything up to 50 amps. So I designed a system from 64 volts DC down to 24 volts DC that could deliver 60 amps plus. That was a challenge. The actual induction board itself, although a challenge, I managed it. You know, I did a lot with induction at the time. I even built, I've got another video of this bench initially with an induction loop, and I've got all these lamps and lead lights and LED lights just working in fresh air. You know, it's quite interesting. I might dig it out one of the days as well. But yeah, some of the challenges involved in designing that, and I was at it for about or I'd say 3 months to develop it properly, because there's lots of other systems in there as well, voltage dropping circuits to fans and all manner of things, you know, cooling fans. I think there's about 8 cooling fans in there, 6 or 8 cooling fans, maybe 7 altogether. So I'll do the video one day, and I'll show you guys just what's inside that box. Now that little power pack that you saw, you can buy them on eBay. What they are is the same. Well, they're a similar thing. They're to start cars, and you know, with flat batteries, motorbikes, cars, even, you know, small trucks. It's a graphene battery technology, and that's all it is. You can buy them on eBay. So I can't remember how much they are, about £100 or something like that, or that one was when I bought it at the time. Fantastic little bit of kit for the money, and they really do work, and they really do run these induction heaters. So all good stuff.